Hello everyone, welcome back to Quali-Tea time. A little bit late today, it's been kind of busy, and I've got a bunch of stuff to show you. So, first bit of news is that it's nearly the end of the month, which also means it's nearly the start of the month, which also means it's nearly Patreon time. So, if you happen to have some spare cash around, say like $15, then you can chuck it onto my Patreon and you can get access to Spring Realm. Or you can chuck even more and get like a free audio clip just tossed in there. That'd be pretty sweet. But yeah, if you happen to know anyone who wants to be a patron, definitely now is the time. Secondly, in our little news section, we have been getting a bunch of stuff around here in the foxhole. So, well, actually, including this light over here, which is still missing an actual proper diffuser, but it's not blinding me as much as it probably should be. Anyways, yeah, so I figured now would be a pretty decent time to give you a look around my office. So with that in mind, enjoy. So let's start with just the standard backdrop that you're all kind of familiar with. So on the right hand side here we have beautiful Mewtwo and GLaDOS provided by gametea.co.uk. Check out their stuff, it's awesome. Then on this wonderful sort of like L cabinet unit, we have a fox and a Bulbasaur hat that totally does exist. We have a number of Witch in the Woods items. We have a fox in the background there, as well as Yokai Temple's mask. And down here, because I don't actually have anything for like Knight of Fangs, I guess, I've just got two adorable plushies. Down there, we have the blue box that's always failing. Moving on, we then have Xeno plush, as well as the Dawn of the Dead poster that I received very unexpectedly, that is signed by Tom Savini and George Romero, so, wow. And then we have retired Totoro. He lounge in this lovely seat that I had to kind of fight to get. Then we have, to the side of it, the hat stand, which is actually kind of heavily out of places to hang more hats. Next to that, we have all of my D&D supplies, a few of my Magic the Gathering supplies, and various tech supplies, because this pretty much serves as my storage here in the office. So, we've got the two gigantic sun lights, and we also have the green screen wrapped up nice and proper, so that I can deploy it at a moment's notice when I need to be somewhere else, presumably. Moving on to where the magic pretty much happens, we start off, of course, with my slightly ailing chair, with this incredibly soft and wonderful, like, cushion here. This thing was remarkably cheap, but it's so soft. We, of course, happen to have Kieran Sheep just over here on top of the webcam. Kieran Sheep tends to migrate a bit, but they're usually around here somewhere, keeping me entertained slightly. Next to Kieran Sheep for today, though, we have the Rode Podcaster microphone, which I have dangling from this lovely arm, which means that I don't accidentally whack it, as I used to do with my old blue snowball. Flanking it either side are these lights, one of which has the sort of sketchiest diffuser you are likely to ever see, but it works well enough, whereas the other one has no diffuser at all right now, so consequently blinds me, but not nearly as much as the lights above us can blind, so yay, there's that, I guess. We also happen to have Albino Fennec keeping a guard on my paperwork, my little, like, pot of sweets here, which is basically a reward every time I make a video, and boy have I gone through a lot of these by now. But I am quite strict on that. We have my old mouse 9, we have my new mouse I don't know what anymore, we have my Cyborg V7, although it's not called that anymore because Cyborg doesn't exist anymore, keyboard, which is loud and clunky, and you definitely know when I push a button, but it looks like it fell off the Battlestar Galactica, so I'm kind of okay with this. Over here, we have my pile of happy thoughts, for when I am having a particularly rough day, I'll look through one of these, and it's just basically a pile of, like, lovely fan mail. I do like getting fan mail. Maybe one day we'll actually have the P.O. box open, but we'll see. And then we have my increasingly, like, trademark, although not literally trademark, accent-wear headphones, which are glorious and lovely. And over here, we have my portable DVD player, which is a little thing whenever I want to, like, watch a movie or something whilst I'm doing something else on the computers. And that is basically it. So, I have been lying in bed, Mon. This has been the Foxhole. Get out of my crib, yo. And with that, onto the schedule. Thursday night at 11 PM BST over at twitch.tv/lyinginbedmon, we have more Midnight Souls, where we take on a demon, a lizard, and also a giant tree that we're going to stab in the butt. Friday night, we have an episode of Dungeon Maker where we finally managed to overcome our iron deficiency and see some progress. Saturday night, we have XCOM 2 with some surprise appearances from some names we might remember. Sunday, we have an episode of Mating Do where we meet a new face. Tuesday, we have an episode of Edgington, followed by York 12's Live number 59 at 9 PM BST over at twitch.tv/lyinginbedmon. Lastly this week on Wednesday, we have an episode of Spring Realm where we get to start looking at what the next dungeon looks like. And on to our comments for this week, which are of course drawn from the comments section of the preceding videos. If you have any questions, drop them in there. J2 Miner Black Sands asks, was the witch responsible for Sunless Dave becoming a vampire? Remarkably, this is a crime that the witch isn't responsible for in the slightest. Sunless Dave became a vampire, having been... oh boy. Dave, believe it or not, Dave's timeline is more complex than mine. But basically, Sunless Dave was Expeditionary Force Dave, who was summoned by the witches' circles for crimes performed by Minecraft the Hard Way Dave, I think it was, and was then shunted into the Sunless universe where he then became a vampire. It's been a while, my details here are probably off quite a bit, but suffice to say the witch wasn't actually responsible for that. There's a surprise. AI13 asks, do you have any more lyings planned for this year or the next? I don't have any more lyings planned for this year, bearing in mind there's only like 3 months, around about 2 in fact, left of this year anyways. I do hope to have the Forbidden Lyings finished off before the year's end. As for next year, well, you'll just have to see, won't you? And that is it for this particular vlog, so I hope you've all enjoyed. I'll catch you all next time.